Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. And today I bring you episode 42 of Saturday Morning Makes for 2024. And we're just going to go ahead and jump on in. Thanks for joining me. Hey y'all, welcome to Saturday Morning Makes. I'm so happy to be spending some time with you this morning. Welcome in. Thanks for coming. I am getting this up a little bit late, but I'm still on Saturday, so I'm okay with that. I actually started these Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But, you know, time gets away, work, other responsibilities and things. But here I am. I'm actually going to be coming back with another video. This is Saturday evening at about 6, almost 6:30 as I'm filming this. So the other video will likely be tomorrow, Sunday, the 24th. But I'll be coming back with a video for Two Crafters, One Design. Their theme this week is anything harvest. And I have an old Stampin' Up! Stamp set. It's wood mount. It's a cornucopia. I can't remember the name of it, but I actually have it in a drawer to be given away. And then when Melissa said harvest, I remembered it. And now I don't know if I want to put it in my giveaway. Anyway, that'll be my video for tomorrow. But for today, let's get back to this. Saturday Morning Makes. I will link you guys to Jillian Norwood, who is our host and creator of Saturday Morning Makes. And she gives lots more information over on her channel about the whys and the wins and all of that of when she started Saturday Morning Makes. But I've been participating now. I think this is my second year. We're coming to the end of my second year. And it is one thing that I look forward to every single week. And if I can't do it, I'm always very sad. So please know if I'm not here on a Saturday or even a Sunday or any other day of the week with my Saturday Morning Makes for that week, there's just something else going on that I am required to do versus something that I want to do. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump in. These are the cards we're going to be looking at. But first, I want to show you the products that I used. So let me set these aside. And I did not get this one used, but I have it done. So we are going to start with the stamp set because this is the star of the show. These are the Snowman jars stamps from Whimsy Stamps, and I did use the dies as well. And I watercolored them with my Arteza watercolors. Trying to get my pan here. 36 half pan set. And I love these watercolors, and I've had them for years, and you can see that I've barely made a dent. And you can see that I'm not much of a blue girl. I do love these paints, and I don't use them often enough, so it was fun to sit down and do some watercoloring this week. So we've got the stamp set, we've got the dies, we've got the watercolors, and I also used these two sets of pattern paper. I used the red and the checkerboard, and I used the newsprint as well out of this pad. So, and out of this one, I used this stripe, or no, it was this plaid. It was this plaid. That one, and we'll see it up close in a minute. I forgot that I also used, I think it was this one because I needed some wood grain as well. So it was this narrow plank. So I used all three of those paper pads. And then I used these dies. These are the Christmas branch die set, and I used the holly. I also used, this is the Wavy Edgers die set, and I used this one. And this is the Sprinkle Scallop Rectangle die. I used this largest one. This one I had so much fun with, the baking die set. I've had it in my stash for a little while now and have been wanting to play with it. And this time I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it make sense. And then I used this set. It is the Basic Stitched Oval dies. And I used this one. And then for the other card, I used this die set. It is called Peekaboo Window 3 die. And then I also used these Primitive Shaker Shapes die set. I used this large star, and then I used this smaller star. Was it this one? No, it was this smaller one. This guy. So it was this big one and then this little one. And then I used this Joy. It's the Joy word die. I used those, and then I used the little hanger, and I used the hollies. And then I used this is the straight edgers die set. This creates just like a stitching. And so I used this one, and I'll show you when we get there, but this just kind of impresses the dies, or the star shape. And then this one did like the rickrack shape. And this is kind of what they look like on white. Not kind of, it is what they look like. There's the zigzag, and then there's the double stitch line and the hearts. There's the diamonds. And then there's the stars and the loop-de-loo. I guess I didn't get all of them, but that's most of them. But it's not fun. I love that it just kind of embosses that, or pierces, I guess, is what it does. Super fun. And then I used these hemp cords. This I think I got from Pop Shelf. I've only been to Pop Shelf once or twice. And this is one of the things that I purchased when I was there. And then also, I just had some black cord. Oh, here it is. This black cording I used as well. Let me set this over here. And I also used this brown Posca pen. And I used my white Stamperia contour. This is basically a paint. And then I used a white gel pen and a black glaze pen. I used some Distress ink. And I used these Christmas sparkle gems from This Calls for Confetti. So, whoo, lots and lots of stuff for just a couple cards. These got more involved than I expected and than I had planned when I started. But I'm going to go ahead and show you this beautiful prim. It's kind of grungy. It's very neutral, obviously. Makes me think of Miss Tina with her beige Christmas this year. So this is that wood plank that I was talking about, and this is that lighter plaid. I liked that there was a bit of a contrast with this darker wood, but they were in the same color family. I like your eye to have some place to rest. There's lots to look at, and then I added the splatter and it made it even more busy. Now if I focus in, you can see all the details. So something I want to focus in on are the letters, because I die cut them out of craft cardstock. I told you guys you'd be seeing some craft from me. So I die cut those out of craft. I die cut the star out of craft, and we'll look at the inside and the back. I had so much fun doing that previously. All three of my cards I've done all the way around. But then I took, the one thing I didn't show you was this Ink on 3 liquid pixie dust. This has been in my stash for a number of years, and it was hidden, and I just found it today actually, and it was thick like glue, like it would barely move around in there. So I added some water, and I did a shake to get it all blended up. And I've had to add water to it 3 times actually today because it just kept thickening back up. But this comes out with a dropper. If you're not familiar, it's from Ink on 3. And it's like a micro glitter. Can you see the shine in that? It's gorgeous. And I used to put it on absolutely everything, and then I forgot I had it. But I used it to paint on these letters. And then I used my brush, and I just kind of filled my brush, and then I went along the edges of the letters like this. So it just kind of filled the edges, and you can see where some of it's more heavy than other places. But I just wanted there to be loads and loads of sparkle. And it doesn't take much for there to be loads of sparkle. And then I colored the star in with it as well. And then I came back and I splattered. And that's where I also splattered this. I just squirted out a little bit, sprayed some water, mixed it up, and then I created a splatter. And then again, this guy I stamped on watercolor card, painted him up with my Arteza watercolors like I showed. And then this is where I used this hemp cord to just make a little bit of tie. I liked there to be some type of a natural element on here, so I put that on there. And I think that's all I want to say about that. And then I opened it up and I did a nice little stripe here. I don't know if you can see that pierced detail in there with the stars. And then I put another one of those stars here. I used my Olo marker to just kind of outline or edge the sides of the star. I did one on the back as well. And then this was just excess when I cut off the end here, and I just made it into a banner. I didn't want to waste it. So there we have that. And of course I've got some splatter. And then I did the same on the back. So I need to, I think I said previously, I need to get a good handmade by stamp. But that is that card. I think it's really sweet, really fun. Very prim, for sure, very prim. Now these other two, we are gonna go one at a time. I used these two pattern papers from, what is the name of the paper pad? Farmhouse. So, in fact, let me just show you both because they're basically the same. So I used this die, and I cut, basically I cut a 6x6 paper in half with this die. So you can see that. And then I took a piece of black paper and I did the same, and I layered it so that there would be, you know, something to bridge between the floral and the newsprint. And then this is where I use the sprinkles, scallop sprinkles rectangle die to give a nice cut edge to it. So it's got those little sprinkles on the scallop. It's really cute. It's one of my most used rectangle dies from Whimsy. But I just layered them up and then I trimmed them down, and I think they're both super, super cute. Now on the cutting boards, I know there's a lot going on, but these are the cutting boards and the rolling pin. So it's kind of a nod to the baking season, right? Cozy, everything cozy. Baking is always a part of cozy for me. So I used the red wood on both of the cutting boards, and then and the rolling pins as well. And then I used this really grungy checkerboard for the handles of the rolling pins and the cutting boards. And then of course you can see that then I glued down my snowmen in their jars. So cute. And then I need to put that back down. And then I die cut a bunch of different green paper, cardstocks, pattern papers, whatever, from my holly die, from the Christmas greens, I think is what it's called, that die set. And then I did a little bit of ink blending with them, or on each of them, so that they would coordinate even though the colors weren't the same, because they have that same ink that is ink blended on them. They do coordinate better. Now this little circle back here pulls from the blues that I colored both of them, but also if you look close, whoop, I keep doing that, there are little blue dots on this floral print. But it's kind of unexpected, right? You don't expect the blue, but now I have the blue in 3 places, so then it makes sense. Even though it's unexpected, so you have the blue dots, then you have this blue oval, and then you have this kind of a blue-green painting in the background. And so this matches, or it coordinates, but this is almost the exact same color as the spot. But over here, because this blue is almost identical to this blue, this one changes its appearance. Does that make sense? So I just thought that was really fun. Now on these hollies, I actually went over, you know, in some spots with my gel pen, and on these I did not. And I'm not sure which I like more. I think maybe these, because it kind of gives them a little brightness. These look kind of dark. I might go back and add it, but you can see on both where I added the sparkle gems from this Calls for Confetti. And I love the way the light picks them up. And then I also used this contour paint to add the snowfall for each of these. Now, this one actually had stars, but I just went over them and I added the white to make it snow instead. So, but anyway, those are my cards, guys. Oh, I didn't show you the insides. Let me show you the insides. I'm having fun. Look at that. I used the pie from the baking die set. Isn't that fun? Because this gives a nod to the baking, right? There's jars and a cutting board and a rolling pin. I didn't use a bowl or anything, but I love that pie. That is so stinking cute. And then of course I used excess pattern paper and cardstock there, and this is where I splattered the pixie dust and the Posca pen, and then I did the same on the back. And I love this. This was the excess from the front. And then I did the same on this card. Now this one is a side open. This one is a top open. Both of them A2, obviously. So, but I did the exact same on the insides, and then I did the same on the backs. But isn't that fun? I love those. I had a good time. They did take me a long time. They're very involved. But very cute. I need to add a little bit of glue to these more delicate pieces that want to keep flying up. So I need to add them so that they stay down. But guys, these are my makes for today, Saturday morning makes. This is November 23rd, and it is now 6:40 as I wrap this up. So I invite you guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you are not already subscribed. Hit the thumbs up if you would. That means a lot to me, and it would show YouTube that you like what you're seeing. Also, go ahead and leave me a comment downstairs. I can't wait to talk to you down there. I have the best people on my channel, and I thank you all for coming to spend some time with me. Welcome, welcome to my new subscribers. Welcome to everyone, you know. And even though we're about to say goodbye, I still want to welcome you and thank you. You could be doing a million other things, and you chose to spend your time with me. So again, thank you, thank you. So until next time, which will be soon, I'll be back with my 2 Crafters 1 Design project. But until then, mwah, this is Nancy, the Handy Scandy, and I'm out.